Mr. Trump believes that the easy H-1B has meant that a lot of Americans who deserve a higher salary from the same companies are being bypassed by Indians who will accept a lower salary. So only the high-end, really desirable, irreplaceable top people who are worth it for a company to spend $100,000, only they will come. The largest number of CEOs in Silicon Valley who are not American or not of American birth are Indians.
Is that troubling Mr. Trump?
It's troubling some people in his backers.
What do you make of this H-1B issue, sir? He has suddenly hiked the fees, which is, I think, unviable for any company.
We have fundamentals that are still real. There is, we have a very large presence of Indians in America. 4.3 million Americans are of Indian descent. We have still the largest single student body, though I think that will go down with the new H-1B thing. But at the moment, the largest number of foreign students are Indians. The largest number of CEOs in Silicon Valley who are not American or not of American birth are Indians.
Is that troubling Mr. Trump?
It's troubling some people in his backers because, let's face it, the anti-immigration constituency has suddenly become much more vocal and much more acceptable than before. America used to be a very open, welcoming and inclusive society, irrespective of your color, your race, your religion, whatever. Today, the dominant political forces, the so-called MAGA movement, are very openly anti-immigrants. And particularly the visible immigrants, that is, people of a different color who dress differently or look different, can immediately be spotted as not of the sort of white ethnic mainstream. They are being targeted much more in ways that were not considered politically correct in America in the old days, but today political correctness is not a priority. In the old days, the fee was $2,000 to a maximum of $4,000. Now it's suddenly gone up to $100,000. But you have to understand a couple of things. Again, the motives are principally driven by domestic politics. Mr. Trump believes, and the people around him have told him, that the easy H-1B has meant that a lot of Americans who deserve a higher salary from the same companies are being bypassed by Indians who will accept a lower salary. So an Indian techie who comes and works for $60,000 a year is taking away, according to Mr. Trump's supporters, jobs from an American who would not work for less than, let's say, $85,000 or $90,000 a year, for argument's sake. I'm talking about a junior techie. The salaries go up at other levels. So what they're saying is, let us make the low-end jobs unviable by the $100,000 fee, so only the high-end, really desirable, irreplaceable top people who are worth it for a company to spend $100,000, only they will come. Now, I don't understand the logic of this, whether it's actually ever going to work. First of all, for many companies, the obvious solution will be to outsource the job. That is, what used to be done in America can now be done either by the same multinational companies' units in Europe, in Germany, in England, in Ireland, in France, or in many cases in their global capability centers in India. So that in fact the same Indian techies may now be working for the same money in India rather than working in America. So the visa will no longer be required. The challenge will be in the short term for the Indian companies that would take on a contract to do a job, whether it's for an American state government, a big American company, a hospital, whatever it may be, and fulfill that contract by sending their people from India on H-1B visas. That will now become unviable. So many of those contracts will either need to be revised or will no longer be feasible for Indian companies to bid, because we cannot pay $100,000 per person to go off and do a contract which is actually a low-end contract.